As a young girl, Delilah was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. Years later, a painter in Sokolov Circle. Barrister Arnold Timsh paid her to paint portraits. Him, I knew. A nobleman, born rich. And now he was making a second fortune, seizing the assets of plague victims for the Lord Regent. But Barrister Timsh was also fighting a private war with his own niece. Something to do with the family fortune. Lurk was probably right. We needed to speak with the niece first. Her feud with the old barrister was something we could use. I got a message to the barrister's niece, and she claimed to know things about Delilah that no one else did. But the knowledge would have a price. I wasn't surprised. I went to meet her.
I was gentle. He'll snore for an hour. Talia should be waiting in Trevor's Close. It's an alley just past the Wall of Light. You'll know it by 3 whitewashed skulls.
Things in the legal district. Stop trouble before it starts, the way the barrister likes it.
I hear General Turnbull's coming to inspect. I'm gonna make the whole city run like this.
It's about time.
Slaughterhouse has been reported missing. Remain vigilant and report any suspicious persons or activity to the City Watch.
You're threatening the wrong person. If I were you, I would strongly consider leaving while you still can.
Really? Where do you live? Probably some mansion on Clavering, right? Come on, let's have it. Or I start cutting.
I'm telling you now, walk away. Go home. You're making a mistake.
Oh yeah? How so?
I'm here to meet a man named Daud.
The great assassin? Oh, I'm really quaking my boots now. Left a proper stain in my britches. Tell me, why would he meet with a lady like you?
Because I'm hiring him to kill a person. And I'm paying him a lot of money. Money you will never see because you'll soon be gasping for breath on the end of Daud's blade.
Shut up. That ain't true.
Isn't it? Your fear is obvious. You reek of it. Among other things.
I'll tell you what I think. I think you and Captain What's-His-Face were there. Or sneaking off for a night of hanky-panky. Only your daddy don't approve of you making out with a lowly watch officer. How about that?
I'm sorry I told you to run. In fact, I'd like you to remain right here. Daud is very likely watching us right now, considering how to kill you.
You've got guts. I'll give you that. Sticking with a lie like that. I know a few con artists that could learn from you.
Ha! I told you he was coming.
Get him, boys! Come on!
Look at you. The Master Assassin. So you want to know about Delilah? Well, my uncle is bewitched by her, so we won't tell you anything. I require only 2 things. Get rid of my uncle, and bring me his last will and testament. In exchange, I'll tell you what you want to know about Delilah Copperspoon. And I'll pay you cold hard coin for your trouble. Come back to me when it's done. Let's meet at the docks when you return. My grandmother's been on her deathbed for years. Now that she's really going and I'm turning 18, he's terrified.
Hey, I smell you from here.
It's just ridiculous. Stupid.
Better keep his eye on the key then. Hatters are likely to come after it. Swarms, you're such a chopper.
What is it?
I just wanted to say, congratulations on getting your own squad.
Nice.
Wonder if anyone would notice if this was gone. Who's that? Anybody with signs of the sickness? Shut up.
Fuck are you looking at?
Nice.
Any fools settled in over here?
Hey, don't you owe me a drink?
Daud,
Scout up ahead. Try to find out where Timsh is.
there's an equipment stash on the rooftops nearby. We've been anticipating doing a hit on Timsh for some time.
I know. Half the city wants him dead. We'll earn some gold on this one. I'll meet you up ahead.
Locked him up just to be safe. He seems familiar to me. Reminds me of someone who used to do business with Timsh, but I'm not sure.
Good work, Simmons. Now that that's handled, we can move on. You got the orders from Timsh, right? What's the next address?
Crow's Court off Brambley Street. But there's a problem, sir. The Forrestalls live there, and their kids used to sneak us food at the back door. I know it's the job, sir, but it's awfully hard seeing them turned out like this. They don't even have the plague. I've been there last week.
Excellent. Simmons, you'll show me this back stoop and we'll go in that way. Start tallying the place up. You've given us the tactical advantage. We'll get Timsh's money.
But, sir...
I'll put it another way. You think I care which door we kick in tomorrow? The next day? Behind each is another useless pack of aristocratic sots and their precious offspring. And I don't care if they all end up mudlarks.
Sir, they've been good to me.
Simmons, before I worked for Barrister Timsh, I was dredging out the real Weeper dens. You ever done that? Ever broken down a door and bathed in that stench? Fought housewives with blood on their faces, swinging at you with a piece of broken furniture. Other times it's just rats inside, hundreds of them, stripping some drunk to the bone. Maybe you'd like to be transferred to my old squad.
No, sir. Certainly not.
I used to call myself brave, Simmons. Till I saw a man lose a fight with a pile of rats. So when Barrister Timsh says all I gotta do is rough up a rich bastard, cuff him a few times till he starts talking about his rights, I jump at the chance. I cry with happiness. You understand me?
Yes, sir. We'll approach from the back stoop. You won't be alarmed when they see me.
Right. Good man. It's them or us. No room for heroes in the time of plague. Just do your job and I'll make sure you keep this posting. It's Daud, isn't it? You wouldn't be in this district unless you were after Timsh's head.
What do you want?
Revenge. To do to Timsh what he did to me. I want him homeless, a victim of one of his own eviction documents. I've prepared one, complete with the forged signature of the Lord Regent. Please, go to my old apartment. It's right next to Timsh's estate. Here's the address, but I doubt you can get inside from the streets. There you'll find my journal, which contains the entire plot and everything you'll need. But you're a businessman like I once was. I don't expect you to do this for free. If you do go to my apartment, you'll find something stashed there. Consider it your payment in advance. The barrister dying would be nothing to me. I want him to see his own ruin. I want him to taste it. You think I'm being needlessly cruel? You don't know what he does all day then. Fancy Barrister Arnold Timsh signs a document, then the watch is at your door, dragging your wife into a plague wagon. What's the occasion?
The General's on his way. Things got nasty in the upper city. We handled it.
One less mess for the watch to clean.
He's justifying himself to the rats in his office right now. Just inside the top balcony, there he is. See him? I imagine you could hit him from here. I'll stick around if you don't mind. I'd like to watch. I've always wondered, what does he smell like? Rotting flesh? Wild flowers? Does he ask you questions? I wonder when he'll speak to me.
Here's one last lesson, for old time's sake. The barrister was a champion at finding his enemies' weak points, but he didn't see Delilah as a threat until it was too late. No one's watching Delilah now except you. And me, of course. I see everything. I see forever. And right now, I see a man walking a tightrope over a sea of blood and filth. The Empress is dead, and the water's rising. You've got Rothwild packed into a crate, bound for the frozen north, Daud. Surprisingly clean work for a man with so much blood on his hands. Did the Empress change you? Or do you think this will help you dodge what's coming? You'd better hurry. You're running out of rope.
You were in a daze. I hope it was enlightening.
trash if you ask me.
What does she know? Young people. Of course they think they can judge us.
She's sensitive, sir. Isn't that what they call it?
Sensitive people are wrecking this city. Sensitive people don't collect taxes, and they don't burn out the slums or create the buffer zones we need.
Quite right, sir.
Her tinny little voice calling me a monster. As if this is Dunwall's first plague. As if I didn't watch my own grandmother cough her life out. We'll all die, Captain Blossom. If this isn't stopped, all of us.
Yes, sir.
And when it's over, she can go to her parties at the Boyles, or summers at the Seconan coastal towns, with the money I've salvaged for her out of this. But first, she'll stay where I...
Yes, sir. You're a good uncle, sir, if I can say that.
When will the Regent's man be getting here? What was his name?
General Turnbull, sir. He was expected some 30 minutes ago, but sent an envoy to communicate his delay. He'll be here within the hour.
Very well. It makes me uneasy. The Regent didn't notify me about this. I wonder if it's... No, I need not worry. I carry the Lord Regent's signature in my pocket, granting me full immunity to all plague provisions. I doubt even this general...
Mother, this is Arnold. If you happen to awaken while no one is present, I've prepared this for you, to remind you of recent events to help clear your mind and put you at ease. The plague has ended. I have married and will become Prime Minister, just as you always wanted. My sister and brother are both here and doing well. Your last will and testament has been written and approved. We all love you, Mother. Now go back to sleep. Rest. Everything is fine.
And I don't want to know. I know they found the heir to the throne, and I know she's part of it. And your paintings that think or speak or whatever it is they do. Delilah, I won't tell you to stop. I know you're proud. I just don't want you to be killed. Bollocks! She can't hear me at all.
Inside. I told her.
Who are you?
I understand your curiosity. I'm strange. I was a baker's apprentice in Dunwall Tower. A friend to Jessamine when we were girls. Then afterward, I made my name as a painter. Now, I'm obviously something much greater. I hope that satisfies you. Because you won't get more. I ought to just kill you. But I'm going to give you a warning for the sake of my sisters, who were very impressed with you once upon a time. Stay away from me. There are great changes coming, and I'll expect you not to interfere. I have influence in places you won't expect. But as for Arnold Timpsch, do what you want. I won't hold a grudge. I'm done with him.
Is that who you were looking for? Well, she's a bit of a bitch. And the artwork's hopeless. I know you have your reasons.
Danforth Holding Company. They're only a month late, and they've been good for it in the past. Normally, I wouldn't hesitate to invent a plague infection complaint against them and have all their assets seized. But they have a link to the Boyles, and they, as you know, are on the do not touch list. It's hitting a little too close to home. I'm afraid you may have to settle your dispute with them by some other means.
Oh, didn't I tell you, Arnold? The Cruller case went swimmingly. All the right parties were exonerated. You'll see the results on your ledger early next week.
Splendid. I knew I brought you into the firm for a reason. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night? Indeed, I believe so.
Losing the Pendletons. How much will that impact us?
It's nothing. Have you met the brother? Trevor Pendleton. He's a drunk and a fop. I've never met a more useless individual.
Maybe this isn't so bad. It has some merit.
Dice.
The beneficiary in the will. He's giving the inheritance to Delilah.
He says to bring a bottle, I bring a bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food. He says to undress, I undress. No! I know. Ah!
Dice.
In the interim, workers are expected to report as usual to their jobs at this and all industries vital to the state of Dunwall, by order of the Lord Regent.
What is that horrible stench? I can barely breathe. Oh, General Turnbull. Yes, I was expecting you. Please come.
Timsh, it smells like a weeper den. I thought we were secure.
Did I tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the
3 times a week.
Empress?
Barrister Timsh!
Please. Arranged it. By the way, I don't think I ever got your first name.
What is this? Is this a joke?
I am not sure what you find funny about it.
Barrister Timsh, this is a letter from the Lord Regent dated a month ago, stating that your building is to be seized by the state immediately due to massive infection outbreak, and that your personal assets are forfeit if you do not comply immediately. A month ago? Are you showing me this to try to convince me that you're above the law?
What? Let me see that. This isn't possible.
Barrister, I am afraid I am going to have to take you into custody. And if I or any of my men contract the plague because of this visit, I'll see that your head rolls.
No. This isn't the right document. This...
Get him out of here before he starts bleeding from the eyes. And secure this court. It's under quarantine.
Yes, sir. He fainted. Now what? I don't want to touch him. What if I get sick? I'll just... wait for him to wake up.
I'll admit, I didn't think the arrest was going to work. I guess that's why you're calling the shots.
Tonight, shut up.
Tim's gone. We need all the help we can get. Like that woman Delilah.
Shut up. You want to bring that crazy woman back down on us? Don't even say her name.
I saw Talia. She's waiting where she said she'd be.
Nice.
Tell you about the time I almost caught that guy who killed the Empress? Psh.
The heir to the throne, Emily Caldwin, is still missing. Any person with information that leads to her discovery will be granted a substantial reward.
Better make a pass over here.
This area is under lockdown. Any unauthorized immediately with lethal force.
The barrister's enemies caught up to him. He's in custody as a plague victim. Here's the will as agreed.
That'll do nicely. Perhaps better. But you were promised information. Well, my uncle came under Delilah's spell. He was obsessed with her. Everyone knew she'd been a servant at the tower before she studied under Sokolov. She was a painter, an artist. Beneath my family's class, for certain. My uncle became infatuated. But he looked older, and made us keep candles lit all night. He was afraid of the dark. One night we all went to Waverly Boyle's for a seance. It was an amusement. We didn't know what we were doing. I thought only the dead appeared at seances. But suddenly Delilah was in the room with us. My uncle nearly died of terror. She was there, but not there. We saw her as if she was very far away, standing in the old Brigmore Manor, painting at an easel, painting a name. It was your name, Daud. That's all I know. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'll be leaving soon.
Timsh is ruined. He'll rot in Coldridge prison if they don't send him to the flooded district. It's poetic, I suppose. Maybe I was wrong about you, Daud. Are you ready to go?
Let's go home.